But make no mistake, this chick absolutely slept with another woman, and she told her man this because she is gauging his interest in a threesome. Now, don't get it twisted, guys. Don't get it twisted. This is exactly why she did this. She wants us to think she just so happened to mention she almost had a threesome, but women never just say things out of the blue for no reason. There is always a reason. There is always an ulterior motive. Well, you already gave us a reason, Donovan. It's because she wants a threesome with her husband and another woman. Negative. The threesome with another woman is a means to an end, and women have been using this trick on men for decades. You see, gentlemen, no woman ever really wants to have a threesome with a dude and another chick. They'll do it to satisfy their husbands or boyfriends if he insists on it, which, by the way, is always a bad idea. Just as a side note, guys, never, ever have a threesome with your wife or girlfriend. It always ends badly. I speak from personal experience more than once. I was too hard-headed to figure this out. It's burned me more times than I can count. It's all fun and game until she sees you sticking your dick in another chick. And trust me when I tell you, it sort of warps her sense of connection to you, and it is all downhill from there. This is for another day and time, but trust me, threesomes are for side chicks, friends with benefits, one-night stands, not wives, not girlfriends, not significant others. Anyway, the reason a woman floats the idea or insinuates that a threesome might be on the horizon is not because she wants to go down on another woman. And it's not because she wants another woman to go down on her. It's because she wants to see you. It's not because she wants to see you plow another female in front of her. Oh, no. It's because she wants to fuck other men. That is the reason. So many guys fall for this trap, guys. They say, OMG, Ashley wants to have a threesome with me and Carla. How lucky am I? His homeboys are all giving him high fives, right? Then a week later, Ashley hits him with, okay, it's my turn. And he's like, what? And she says, oh, don't worry. You don't have to be involved if you don't want to be. I can find another guy. And when you tell her, well, wait, you can't do that, she'll say, oh, yes, I can. I let you bang me and Carla, and now I want a threesome with you and Kevin. And if you don't, his friend Dave will. Guys, this happens all the time. Understand this ironclad truth, gentlemen. If a woman suggests a threesome unprovoked or unsolicited, meaning you didn't mention it, she's thinking about being the cream filling in an Oreo cookie. Pun definitely intended. She knows that you would never sign off on that, but she wants to fuck other guys with your permission. So what does she do? She gives you permission to do what every guy dreams, which is a threesome with two girls. Then on the back end, like a gang leader in a prison who's nice to you in the beginning, gives you cigarettes and protection when you first get there, and an extra honey bun from commissary, only to find out later he's going to make you his bitch. Your girl is going to hit you with, well, I let you do it, so now you have to let me do it. And if you didn't head this off at the pass, guys, she's got you. As a side note, a lot of people are probably thinking, okay, well, how do we handle this, Donovan? As a side note, the easiest way to avoid this, when she floats the idea, hey, a threesome is not out of the realm of possibility, say this to her. Ashley, you do understand that if we do this, I'm not going to give you permission to have a threesome with two other guys, right? Just so we're clear, I will never give you permission to do this with two other guys, whether I decide to do this or not. So if that's what you're thinking, you might want to reconsider. You might want to consider rescinding your offer and leave it at that. Then she says, FOMO, fear of missing out on the sex I haven't had but still might want to. Translation: my husband doesn't do it for me anymore, and I'm getting sexually restless. This woman wants to cheat, gentlemen. That's what this is. But instead of coming right out and saying, I want to cheat, she wraps it in a pretty little package by saying, quote, I've grown resistant to the idea that clinging to a certain sexual identity for the rest of my life, which means, in womanese, I don't want to fuck this guy, right? I don't want to fuck this guy and only this guy for the rest of my life. These are the musings of a woman who has given her body to too many men. Guys, happens to all of them. Any woman who has slept with more than 10 men will get what we like to characterize as the 7-year itch. That's the nice way of putting it. That 7-year itch, That, you don't want to know what that is? That is simply the hoe tendencies resurfacing because she is 100% certain her husband isn't going anywhere, which, by the way, turns her off sexually. Then she says, how could we know? How could we know if that format will continue to meet our needs for several decades? Guys, this is hamster in overdrive. This chick is literally saying, I want to have sex with other men, but I want to stay married so that I am never single and alone. Then she says, it seems presumptuous to pretend to know what your vagina will want at 64? At 64, Miss Hickok, your vagina can want whatever it wants, but it ain't getting anything, and you know it. And because of that, she wants to jump on the carousel just one last time. Let's continue. I am part of a wave of women, she says, seeing their sexuality through a new lens, one that renders it increasingly fluid and shame-free as we shed culturally imposed roles and explore new kinks and curiosity. But what if you're already married when you do that internal accounting? Rather than begrudgingly accept a limited sex life as a condition of long-term partnership, a rising number of women are acting on a feeling of fear of missing out, FOMO, about sexual experiences we might not have had before or after marriages. I love how this chick wants us to think that she hasn't had sex with at least 100 men. I love how she wants us to think that she hasn't had a train run on her by 3 dudes, that she hasn't been in an orgy, that she's never had sex with 2 guys or more in one day, that she's never had anal sex, that she's never had public sex. She isn't missing out on any kind of sex because she's had it all already. All she is talking about, gentlemen, is having sex with men other than her husband. That's it. There's nothing complicated about this. There's nothing psychological about this. This chick wants to bang other guys, and that's all there is to it. A, quote, limited sex life is a monogamous sex life, and that's what she means when she says this. She wants us to think that she means a different kind of sex. She wants us to think that she wants kinky sex, dom sub sex, BDSM sex, role-playing and all that stuff. But she is talking about different men, not different sex. Again, guys, this is what happens when a girl sleeps around for too long. Unless you know how to keep her in line and keep your value high, she is going to want to step out on you. And even then, she still might, regardless of how high her value is. Guys, listen, Devin loves her some Donovan. But don't think for 1 second that just because I'm a high value guy and I keep her ass in line that she wouldn't want to take some dick on the side if she knew I wouldn't find out. Devin's great, but Devin's also a woman. Devin has slept around. She has been a hoe. Those urges are still there. I know it. She knows it. And when those urges become too much to handle, she'll do something stupid because she's never going to come to me and say, hey, Donovan, it's over. No, she's going to end up going out and sleeping with some other guy. I'll find out about it and I'll kick her ass up out of here. Right? I take nothing for granted, gentlemen, and neither should you. Now, don't get me wrong. It is far less likely that Devin would cheat than other women would on other men. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. Right? A lot of guys like to come at me with, oh, you think Devin's never going to cheat on you? Psh. Dude, are you kidding me? Have you seen Devin? Have you seen her body? Right? Listen, Devin might be a natural introvert, but trust and believe she gets sexual attention everywhere we go. She ignores it when she's with me, but I don't know what happens at work. I don't know when she's out running errands. I don't know what's going on. Dude, for all I know, she could be banging somebody right now. I mean, what is it, 12? What time is it? A quarter after 12 in the afternoon? She might be on some lunch break. She might be doing some lunch break sex with Kevin and Sales. I don't know. It's far less likely that she is doing that. I'm fairly confident that she's not, but I never take anything for granted. The point is, guys, is that there are 2 factors at play in terms of this woman, this author, Hannah Hickok, wanting to take another man's dick. Number 1, she's a hoe and she's got hoe tendencies. Number 2, her husband hasn't maintained or elevated his value. Or number 3, both. All of this word salad like, quote, internal accounting and culturally imposed roles ain't fooling anybody here in the manosphere. This chick wants to sleep around again, and the only thing in her way is her husband, and he might not be an obstacle for too much longer if she can get him to sign off on this.